someone comes to you and talk about a struggle that this brother or sister is going through, there could be all sorts of advices you may have. Let's say it's financial struggle or family issues and struggle. And when you look at the Quran, Quran says if you want to be in a position that Allah takes you out of from any hardship, you gotta be pious. That's Allah's prescription. That's Allah's way of me resolving my issues. Or we have a tradition that if you struggle with finance, with money, you have financial issues, the narration is saying that increase your charity, give more. So this type of mindset, this type of prescription, we don't understand it. For the most part, we may not even see them as so-called realistic. But Allah's way is a different approach. That's why we see that Israelites, they had a huge issue with God. I think we went over at least 2 sessions we talked during the month of Ramadan. I encourage everybody to study the story of Israelites and the test that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them through, and how they actually interacted and engaged with those tests and trials. For the most part, perhaps even if we were amongst them, perhaps we would behave the same way. Because some of those tests, they don't even make any sense. It doesn't make sense. Now Allah is testing me this way. Why is it? It doesn't make any sense. What is it? That Israelites, they didn't have this understanding. Give you another example. The Ashab al-Sabt, the companion of Sabt, Saturday, Sabt. Allah Azza wa Jal, through one of his prophets, he said to one of the nation of Israelite that on Saturday, fishing is what? Forbidden. We talked about this story, right? So, fishing Saturday, forbidding, it doesn't make sense. I'm going to fish anyway. It doesn't make any sense. So the main reason it seems that when you read the stories of Israelites, they had this materialistic mindset and perception when it comes to their life. Right? So we're going to read, inshallah, these 2 verses of the Quran. You will see how Allah Azza wa Jal elevated the Israelites. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given Israelites so much that He hadn't given to the previous nation. So He elevated, He gave tafaddul or faddalna, right? In Surah Al-Baqarah, we have elevated you, we have dignified you, and we brought you to this very noble place, and now you will see what type of behaviors they having, which again we have many other verses of the Quran. You just sometimes get shocked out of their audacity that they could come to the Prophet alayhi salam, Moses alayhi salam, and demand things that perhaps you and I would be shocked. Again, the roots of it seems that mindset that they had, they were materialistic. As a result, they used to demand nonsense things when it comes to their spirituality. Surah Al-A'raf, ayah number 137. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وأورثنا القوم الذين كانوا يستضعفون مشارق الأرض ومغاربها التي باركنا فيها وتمت كلمة ربك الحسنى على بني إسرائيل بما صبروا ودمرنا ما كان يصنع فرعون وقومه وما كانوا يعرشون. And we made the people, meaning the Israelites, who were oppressed by Pharaoh, the inheritors to the east parts of the land and the west part of the land. There's a backstory behind this. Allah Azza wa Jal separate them into 12 different groups And then each one of these groups, they had fountain, they had beautiful land, they were enjoying their lives. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here also is referring. Of it which we had blessed therein the good word of your Lord about the children of Israel was fulfilled for what they endured patiently. Meaning, they have patience, they endured patient and sabr. As a result, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them blessing. He had given them the possession of the east part of the land. He had given them the possession of the west part of the land. And then all these lands, they're very fruitful. The soil is amazing. Water is available. Everything is available. And we destroyed what Pharaoh and his people had built and what they used to react. Right? The Pharaoh on the other side, he had everything. He had the kingdom, right? And these Israelites, who are these Israelites? These are slaves of Pharaoh. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He had given so much blessing to Israelites. And on the other hand, Allah Azza wa Jal punished the Pharaoh. And here what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring, وَجَاوَزْنَا بِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ الْبَحْرَ فَأَتَوْا عَلَىٰ قَوْمٍ يَعْكُفُونَ عَلَىٰ أَصْنَامٍ لَهُمْ. It's very important, this part. قَالُوا يَا مُوسَى اجْعَلْ لَنَا إِلَهًا كَمَا لَهُمْ آلِهَةٌ قَالْ إِنَّكُمْ قَوْمٌ تَجْهَلُونَ. And we made, Allah made the children of Israel pass the sea. Remember when Pharaoh was after them, they entered to this sea and they passed the sea. This is what Allah is saying. We have made them pass the sea. Then they came upon a people cleaving to idols they had. So now, all these miracles before that, they've seen all those miracles. They've seen it. The Moses staff became huge snake. The Moses staff split the sea. They walked through the sea, and as soon as they reached to the dry land, the sea is back to its own shape, and it swallowed the Pharaoh. They saw everything, how haunting this could be. This scene, just imagine, right? So they started walking. After some time, they passed by people that they're worshiping idols. Here, Allah doesn't say that how that idol used to look like, how they were worshiping it, how wealthy they were. He doesn't open this, right? But it seems that Israelite, when you look at the story of cow, right, and Samiri, almost the same thing happened. That they, as soon as they saw the luxury of the other nation, they just forgot whatever they had. What does it say here? Ungrateful. Being ungrateful. This is a lesson for us. So we have been tested. Let's say we now are in a position that perhaps we used to pray for, and now all of a sudden we don't even see the blessings that we already have. As a result, we're not grateful. As a result, we see other people's lives, societies, whatever you want to name it, and then we start wishing what we should have those blessings also. Right? We should also have those things. It's more luxury and fancy. So here is saying that they passed by a group of people, they're worshiping idol, and they said to Moses, "Oh Moses, make us a god as they have gods. Make us one of these gods." Definitely here, the people of Israelite, they did not mean make us a god so we can see him or it or her, that idol, as the creator and khaliq. No. They knew who is Khaliq. They were just astonished and amazed when they would see a group of people are admiring something, right? Getting together, they're admiring something, okay, as if, Baba, you already have this faith, right? You already have these blessings. Why you're looking other nations, other societies? It doesn't make sense. You already have it. So, O Moses, make for us a God as they have gods. And Moses said, verily you are a people of behaving ignorantly. This is another beautiful lesson here also, that the root of shirk, any type of shirk, is actually jahl. If they knew that although perhaps that nation, they had lots of golds, silvers, wealth perhaps, none of them are going to stay with them. The kalima and the ni'mah, as Quran here is referring to, the blessings and the favors that Allah Azza wa Jal has bestowed upon them, that is an eternal blessing, not those temporary things. Although these things become sometimes cliche because we hear it a lot, but that's actually a fact. That's actually a fact. That sometimes we have to step back and examine our worldviews and truly assess, truly examine, see how we can purify our perception and make it noble, right? And purify it. The same tests that Israelites went through, we're going through these tests, and with the coming, inshallah, reappearance of our Imam, we will go through these tests more than even before. More than before. Trust me, Allah will test us in such a way that we wouldn't even believe. We couldn't even imagine, how that could be possible. Yes, that could be possible. As you see the demands of some of these prophets, they ask certain things from their nation that perhaps for you and I, it doesn't make any sense. But for those people that they fear Allah, they purify themselves, they're ready for these tests. We pray to Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us gratitude and shukr. We pray to Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us piety and taqwa. We pray to Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us forgiveness. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the blessing, the opportunity to visit the beautiful shrine of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. Wassalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. السلام عليك يا رسول الله السلام عليك يا خير خلق الله السلام عليك يا علي بن أبي طالب وصي رسول الله السلام عليك